Good morning to Dr. Zufami. I'm Agnes Tong from PPISMP Science 2. Today, I'm going to present about my coursework for computational thinking in science. The title of my project 1 is Make a Balance. The first part is problem statement. I decided to prepare mung bean soup for my friends during the holiday season. In this situation, I need to measure 120 grams of mung beans to make the soup. However, there's not a balance ready for me. Thus, I need to prepare a spring balance before starting to cook. There are several computational thinking skills that I use in making the spring balance. The first is decomposition. Decomposition is a skill to break down a complex problem or system into several and smaller problems. In the situation, the complex problem is the absence of spring balance, and the smaller problem is the following, which I do not have a skill to read the reading of the width of the items. And second, I also do not have a place to weigh the items. And also, I do not have a spring to measure the extension of the spring. And last, I also need to ensure the accuracy to make sure that reading of the item is accurate. So to solve those problems, if I do not have a scale for measuring, I need to find 5 identical items and a marker pen to sketch the scale. And if I don't have a spring to measure, so I need to using a elastic materials, which such as the rubber band. And if I do not have a place to weigh the items, I can replace it with a cup to hold the items. As a result, the apparatus and material needed in the science project includes a cup, marker pen, ruler, 5 sticks of multi powders, and rubber band and mung beans. The second skill I use is pattern recognition and generalization. Pattern recognition is a skill to look for similarities among and between problems, while generalization is a way of quickly solving new problems based on previous problems that I have solved. Examining the problems for patterns or similarities to previously solved problems can simplify the solution. Pattern recognition to grouping, organizing, or streamlining problems for more efficient outcomes. In my science project, the scale of the spring balance needs to be sketched. When sketching the scale, 5 sticks of milk powder will be used by adding on the spring balance one by one. The repeating action of adding the 5 identical milk powder has shown the skill of pattern recognition and generalization. The next skills I use is abstraction. Abstraction helps students learn to identify the details that are relevant to solving the problem and ignoring the details that aren't relevant to the issue. One of the most difficult aspects of computational learning is identifying the important information in a problem and ignoring the unnecessary information. So in the science project, the most important part in making spring balance is preparing 5 identical slotted waves to produce an accurate scale for the spring balance. For example, I have prepared 5 identical sticks of milk powder, which have a weight of 40 grams per stick. The 5 sticks of milk powder is placed on the spring balance one by one, and the calibration of the scale is marked. Thus, the sensitivity of the spring balance is 40 grams, and the scale of the spring balance can be changed based on the slotted weight used. Next scale I use is algorithms. When solving a problem, it is important to create a plan for the solution. Algorithms are a strategy that can be used to determine the step-by-step instruction on how to solve the problem. Algorithms can be written in plain language, such as with flowchart. So in this activity, one person will give me an instruction, so I will follow the instruction to complete the activity. The first instruction will given is punch 2 holes on the paper cup and tie the rubber band on the cup. Place a white paper on the wall, hang the rubber band on the wall, mark the original height of the cup by using marker pen. Add a stick of milk powder into the cup and mark the height of the cup. Repeat step 4 times and the scale has done. Check the scale by removing the milk powder one by one. And last, with 120 grams of mung beans. So this is the flow chart. First, we need to make a balance. We need to put weight into the cup and identify is the cup moved. If no, check where's wrong. And if yes, mark where's the cup stop. And this step we need to repeat for 4 times. And next step is remove the weight and check is the scale accurate. If no, check where's wrong. If yes, the scale has to be complete. And next skill I use in producing my spring balance is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is the ability of a person to understand and logically work through concepts and problems expressed in words. It checks the ability to extract and work with the meaning, information, and implications from the bulk of the text. In my science project, a real spring balance has 3 main parts: scale, holder, and spring. The scale of the spring balance replaced by the sketch scale, the holder replaced by the paper cup, and the spring replaced by the rubber band. The modified spring balance is used to measure the width of the mung beans. The longer the extension of the rubber band, the larger the mass of mung beans. If the modified spring balance is failed, this may caused by the width of the slaughter weight is too light to sketch the scale, or the length of the spring is too short and less extension to show the reading. And the last skill I use is evaluation. Evaluation is the process that allows to make sure the solution does the job it has been designed to do and to think about how it could be improved. In this activity, the accuracy of the scale of spring balance is ensured. This is because the milk tea powder that acts as the slaughter wave to sketch the scale is removed one by one and observe the accuracy of the scale. If the scale is accurate, the scale has success. However, I need to check the step and draw the scale again if the scale is not accurate. So the improvement for the modified spring balance can be done by use a heavier slaughter wave when making the scale, or use a longer elastic material such as longer rubber band. So this is all for my explanation for the activity in making a spring balance. So now I'm going to start my activity. Thank you.
Here is all the apparatus and material that I have already prepared for my spring balance. First, I have 5 sticks of milk tea powder, puncher, white paper, rubber band, marker pen, ruler, mung beans, and also paper cup. I have already prepared all the apparatus and material for making a spring balance. And now my partner Sunil will give me instructions to help me to complete a spring balance, and I will follow the instructions to make the spring balance. So now I will start to make the spring balance.
Now, start to make a spring balance by punching 2 holes on paper cup. Tie the rubber band on the cup. Next, paste a white paper on the wall.
The white paper is already placed.
And then, hang the rubber band on the wall. Mark the original height of the cup by using marker pen. Next, add a stick of milk tea powder into the cup and mark the height of the cup.
The height of the cup is already marked.
Repeat this step for 4 times and complete the scale of the spring balance. When the scale has done, check the scale by removing the milk tea powder one by one.
The scale of the spring balance is accurate.
Now, the spring balance had complete. You can use the spring balance to solve your problem, which is weight 120 grams of mung beans.
my activity.